Hey people, Infantry 53 Faction War. This is August Desert Gate and the Imperial Guard versus Tyranids. For the Blue Guard team, Daddy Waroth is a Lord General faction. Ranged combat begins with a retinue of stormtroopers can add to this retinue, giving him more abilities and has very strong defense and support. This is the Catachan's elite scheme. Alongside, Reacts is a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support. Fights in melee combat begins with a refractor shield. Death Core of Krieg here for Reacts, the DLC. And rounding off this blue team, OceansAteAlaska as an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get specialized ranged weapons, up against the Hive Tyrant of oLev. Walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful disruption and support. Begins in melee combat with a basic synapse. I shall call it Alejandro. Alongside Marky as a Lictor Alpha, taking shots already. Melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt, some powerful offense and a bit of support. Going to be forced off there, I think, in quick order. RedRe Venge on the eastern edge with a Ravener Alpha here. A tunneling hero with great mobility, powerful offense and a bit of support. Begins with a ranged weapon but can get specialized melee gear. Pushing against Daddy Waroth with some help from Marky. These guardsmen are done for, I think. Yes, guardsmen wiped out. It's a lot of Hormagaunts. Needs to be on their toes a lot quicker there, Daddy Waroth. It's a good stomp though. Does escape with a single guardsman out of the 12 that went up there. Pushing through the mid is oLev, which means Oceans is free to push the western side. Generators going up, so not a good time to put them up when you are under attack. It might actually get decaps. Nope. There are some spawn mines here. Not sure what they can achieve. Guardsmen, if the guardsmen keep moving, the Inquisitor can go and melee them to death. Maybe. Oh, not if you special attack, Miss Inquisitor. Alejandro's getting low. Need to run away, but he's going to go down. It's a sloppy loss there for oLev. Sentinel with a stomp. Do they all have their stomp now? Nope, Oceans doesn't. How are they going to deal with these Sentinels then? Warrior Brood on the way for Marky. Probably some Raveners, for RedRe Venge. Where's the tunnel exit? Oh, we've got one tunnel exit here. One tunnel exit over here. And one here too. He's been busy. You can put 4 units at a time into the tunnels and your allies can use them too. Flesh Hook. Maybe for the Lictor. Oh, he used it already. He might have just been sneaking. Lord Commissar putting up a decent fight. Shield up, of course, helps him so much early on. Lictor does I think it does 63 melee DPS to Lictor. I think it's the highest melee DPS out the gate. Doesn't have a ranged weapon though, of course, which does cut down your kills quite a lot. Get a lot of sidearm kills as you're chasing stuff around. Warrior Brood here in no man's land, caught between 2 sentinels with very little support and a barbed strangler. That's a good shot. Hit 2. Hormagaunts coming in. Inquisitor though to tie them up. And that plasma pistol will be doing good damage to the heavy infantry armor of those guys. There's a stomp to save them. Guardsmen on the way for Reacts. Or did they drop Guardsmen as well? Yeah, we got some bodies here, look. Catachan's on the field now for Oceans with that grenade launcher. Lictor Alpha sends the Inquisitor flying with a special attack. Are those grenades? They are grenades from the Lord General. More guardsmen now for Reacts. Sentinel gets taken out. Ravener's getting some shots in there, and of course the Ravener Alpha. Termagants. They both have... Nope, only one has toxin sacks so far. Wow. 4 Termagants, only one has toxin sacks. I guess you want those tier 1.5 units first these days. More Catachans on the way this time for Daddy Waroth, which seems fitting. This is the Catachan's elite scheme, after all. The other guys just forgot their power melee knives or something. Yeah, get some repairs in, fellas. Raveners up then from 2 players so far. Which means RedRe Venge doesn't have any synapse, although you can benefit from your allies' synapse, so maybe you can just keep stuff near the allied warriors or something. They're trying to shoot this tunnel. Sentinel eventually got it done, I think. He could just walk over it. Lord Commissar got maybe a bit too deep there. Hormagaunts are decent chasers. Barely gets away. and now eats the stock through those Hormagaunts. Didn't quite get the decap. There's a lot of pressure here from Reacts. Sentinel's quite low. Looks like they are trying to focus down the guardsmen. Oh, now they go for the Sentinel when the Hormagaunts come in. They might get it. And they do get it. Nicely done. Just waited for the Hormagaunts to sweep in there. And Reacts left it way too far up for way too long. Wasn't repairing it too. We now have the Holy Brazier for the Inquisitor. Gives her a melee weapon, a power melee weapon I should say. And allows her to use Purge, what is it called? Holy Pyre, that's right. Got flesh hooked and then ran away. And here comes Alejandro. Not sure if that was a repurchase. I think it was. Or did he get revived? So they've got all the Sentinels down. What's going on the eastern side? Tyranids pushing through onto the power. It's gone okay for them so far. More Catechins on the way for Daddy Waroth. Huh. Is that a good idea? I guess we'll see. I probably would have gone tier 2. But they are fighting double Raveners here. Need something to stand up to them. Alejandro, now lost the indicator, is smacking up some guardsmen. Need to be careful, buddy. Special attack misses everything. Runs away, should be fine. Yep, double Catechins it is. Very versatile squad. Can disrupt, support, and counter melee. There's a tier 2 for Reacts. First player to go and the first player to get there before anyone else even started it. 419 to 423. West side is all decapped. Tyranids pushing up. There's a Burrow Strike which misses. Now just getting into melee though. Pretty much anything can get into melee with guardsmen and win. But the Catechins say no. Leave the guardsmen alone. They're going to focus some fire on the Inquisitor maybe. Oh, but here comes a flank. It's React with a bunch of las guns. Gets away pretty clean though. I don't think they actually lost anything there. I don't think so. East side. Continued pressure from RedRe. Got to pick their targets well here. Try and shoot down Catechins. It's much more painful to reinforce these guys. They cost a little bit of power each than guardsmen. Using the Raven as well. Spore Mines doing their thing as well. Big old grenade launcher barrage. Can they kill some with these Spore Mine explosions? Another one. I think it does like 3 or so piercing damage per second to each model, I think. I'm not sure if the initial explosion also does damage. 377 to 423. Here comes Alejandro. No war gear yet. No war gear for the Lictor either. In fact, none of the Tyranids want some war gear going. Just the Holy Brazier and those grenade launchers so far. Pushing through the mid is Reacts, but gets messed up. That was a kill brought to you by toxin sacks. Then a bunch of Ravener shots went in and the Hormagaunts were there. Alejandro gets stunned, he's not happy. Oh, really well timed Burrow Strike there. Stopped the Catechins getting in on the stunned Hive Tyrant. That could have been nasty for Alejandro. oLev now has the support of RedRe in the mid. Look at the right side, it's all red with a bunch of tunnels all over the place. Hard to spot. Oh, they spotted it. They immediately spotted it. No generators though, eh? Here come Stormtroopers for both Reacts and OceansAteAlaska. In fact, they already have some. I think they were called in here. Chimera up. This is where the Imperial Guard can really start to maintain pressure. Great synergy as you'd expect from the guards and repair, and these guys also reinforcing very quick and very cheaply off the Chimera. So where's that anti-vehicle, fellas? The Hive Tyrant can get a couple of anti-vehicle weapons, a Venom Cannon and the Crushing Claws. The Raven Alsa can also get a Great Devourer anti-vehicle weapon. Lictor Alpha can like jump in and mess up its pathing maybe, but he can't really damage it super effectively. Push through here as Daddy Waroth. RedRe going mid allowed him to come back onto the east side. Didn't get the power though. I mean, losing the VP is not great obviously, but push through the mid did some work and didn't lose the power. So it's not the end of the world. Chimera levels up? No. Oh, something inside it leveled up, I think. I definitely saw the level up thing. Okay, they're pushing the power up. Red Revenge might need some help. This is now Marky Mark making their way to the east side. Has the same color scheme as oLev, I think. Down goes one gen. They pushed it a little bit earlier. They might have got all the gens down. They might still do it. Marky Mark does not come in from a flanking position. Lord Commissar with the stubbornness up. There's the burrow strike. With a big old retreat, there's a lot of lasguns. Now Marky Mark is kind of alone-ish. Still some Hormagaunts and Termagants in play. It's a good Bob trying to shot, but here comes the Lord Commissar. Setting up his little charge with a grenade barrage there, and they keep the pressure on. They need venom broods and stuff. The zone throw on the way for Red Revenge. Chimera is allowing this all to happen, all reinforcing off it here. 335 to 372. Gonna get a full bash, and it's pretty clean. Oh no, not clean. Look at that from the venom brood. Were they catalyst there? I don't think so. No, they weren't. Catalyst is a global buff from the Ravener to double the damage of a unit. Did not see it on those venom brood. Definitely weren't affected because they're almost full health still. Catalyst damages the unit once it's active. And they tore through that Chimera in seconds on rear armor. Pretty damn effective. I thought they were going to have trouble with that because there was so much stuff around to support the Chimera. Meanwhile, in the mid, it's Alejandro the Hive Tyrant with no war gear, no levels. Come on, fella. He's going for the VP, I think. The west side is all blue. And they've booby-trapped it with their catachans, so it's OceansAteAlaska. Tier 3 for Marky Mark now. And they do have some Venom Brood of their own. In fact, those are the ones we saw get the kill, weren't they? Yeah. As that oLev has some now. And they're getting the ranged synapse to buff those double Raveners. Which they will love, I'm sure. Some tunnels and stuff. And, oh, there's only a node to bash over here. They can do that pretty quick. It would be good for Marky Mark to go mid now, actually. Red Revenge can bash this alone. Marky Mark should be going mid right now and helping out oLev. Got some Spore Mines up. Where's Oceans up to? This is Oceans here. Is it? Yeah. Assault kit. Double assault kit stormtroopers delivering some pain from long range. Reacts has the same. Yep, double assault kit again. Marky Mark has tons of requisition, but they don't have this power here. These Hormagaunts should be decapping. In the mid, Ravener's trying to push up, eating a shotgun blast. Those guys were infiltrated there. Catachans infiltrate if they are left idle for, I think it's 8 seconds or so. Lictor Alpha maybe can get a decap. He's got no war gear. And Alejandro's down. Okay, they're going for the decap. Keep a little bit of pressure on to make sure you get it. Suppression doing well. Grenade goes in, but it's spotted. Oh, it's a pretty good grenade though. Kills 2 warriors. That is value. Got the decap. Daddy Waroth now pushing through the eastern side with help from reacts. And they're on the power again. And they're bashing it pretty effectively with all bloody hell. That was pretty good. It's a lot of lasguns, fellas. And do they even want to burrow strike this? I mean, yeah, they could disrupt them, but then what? Then you have to run away. There's that zone throat. That zone throat's in big trouble if all these guys set their guns on it. It's only got 300 hit points, isn't it? Yeah. Has a shield, of course, which you can put up. But it's not going to last long. Those guys seem to be birthing from the tank. It's a tunnel over there. Alrighty. Marky Mark using a tunnel. Was that a full bash? It was a full bash, yep. Node is being repurchased. 276 to 298. VP's very even. Roster's also looking pretty even here. These stormtroopers are making a big difference though. Look how much damage they're getting in from so far away. If they can focus those warrior broods, get those synapse explosions going. Here we go. I really think Marky Mark needs to get that deadly jump or something. The Lictor's done pretty well without it. kills some guardsmen there, I think, of Daddy Waroth. Yeah, Daddy Waroth is taking tons of damage. Raven is getting in. Can they finish off these catechins? So close. Just need to stop and shoot a burst. Oh, that's a big mistake. Down to 1 hit point. All they needed to do was to stop and shoot a burst of their ranged weapons and they would have finished them off. But that's a really good push by the Tyranids. Really good. Zoanthropes were kept safe. Put pressure on quickly to keep them safe. And you can't shoot Zoanthropes when you've got stuff in right in front of you. Oceans now. What level is this lady? Level 3. The Inquisitor has some guardsmen with both their squad leaders. And Leman Russes are on the way. Hey. 575, 135 for a Leman Russ. Pretty good value, I think. Only 135 power. It's not bad. oLev is still down in the mid. We have another Chimera on the way for Daddy Waroth, and that could be a very shrewd purchase there. If they can keep it safer, be way more careful with it. Zoanthropes got a bit too far forward and are retreated just to make sure they're safe. There's a lot of las guns coming in. Can the Lord Commissar get the cap? I think there's a couple of small bugs with stubbornness. It like heals a bit too often sometimes, which was fixed, or at least attempted fix in 293, which is out now. I'll keep saying it. Go check it out. 247 to 264 on the VPs. Here's the Leman Russ of Oceans. Do we see the Executioner to do a lot of good stuff now, or save for the Vanquisher for the inevitable Carnifexes? Here's one on the way for Marky Mark. It's kind of side on the tank here, but the Inquisitor gets rid of the Venom Brood. 2-to-1 cap now for the Imperial Guard, and they're trying to hold this eastern side. Where's the Chimera? There it is. So these guardsmen, if they get the Commissar, they can retreat back to near the Chimera and then break the retreat, but it's gone way too far forward here. Is it going to escape? That massive burst of damage we saw was the 2 Zoanthropes doing their focus warp blast on it. Barely gets away. One volley, I think, from the Venom Brood would have finished it off there. Couldn't quite seem to get shots in. Neurothrope is up for oLev. The Carnifex is unupgraded and idle right now. Flesh Hook for the Lord General, but there's a Hell Fury. That is nasty. Ouch. Global ability of the Inquisitor. Drops a big old firebomb. And now the Leman Russ of Oceans comes over to the east side, and here's another from React with the Vanquisher. This one's still unupgraded. Oh, here you go. Executioner on the way. They're mobbing up here, the guard. Can the Tyranids fight this? Another Venom Brood for Marky Mark. And this guy goes for Barbed Strangler. Don't want to get too far forward, buddy. There's 2 tanks here. The Vanquisher a big threat to a Carnifex. Just shoots so often. It's coming quite far forward though. Zoanthropes need to be careful. They are retreated off. I think they got their focus warp blast in. Look how much damage Leman Russ took. If that was regular, tank would have gone down. Boom. Bob Strangler Carnifex still taking shots though. Can't take too many more of those. 2-to-1 cap for the Imperial Guard still on the west side. Executioner having some fun. Shooting up some Tyranids and taking shots now though. Inquisitor should be maybe tying up the Venom Brood, not the Neurothrope bit. Venom Brood allowed to get shots in. Now they're being tied up. They are going to get away. Here's without number from oLev, calling in some termagants and hormagaunts. But I think the tank's going to be okay. Look at it. Shredding them here. Did he get a level? It must have got a level for that. Yeah, level 2. Leman Russ. This guy is still level 1. Rosters are full, but oLev doesn't really have a lot of heavy hitters. Does have the Neurothrope, which is great versus clumps of infantry, but can't really combat a tank super well. I mean, has the Venom Brood, but Venom Brood just gets Hammer of the Witches and then tied up, right? You would think, by the Inquisitor. And there's Catechins there as well to disrupt them and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be tough for oLev to fight this 1v1. Lord Commissar gets a decap here. Pushing through the mid. Just rolling through grenades. Lictor Alpha level 3. Still no war gear for this guy. Goes for the decap, I think. Improvised explosive is there. He was actually attacking it because it was spotted by the Venom Brood. It's a really good Holy Fire. And then they flee. Can Lictor Alpha get away? Hammer of the Witches to finish him. Boom, there he goes. Oh, that was a Flak Jacket Inspire Courage. What were you aiming at, buddy? For the Venom Brood, I think. Maybe the Warrior Brood. 241 to 122. Stubbornness, not giving much heals. He's not near his buddies. Just ready to leave. Here come the march, or rather the roll of the Leman Russes. Can't really march when you've got tank tracks. What's this? It's a bunch of Tyranids, of course. RedRe Venge going for the Great Devourer. Does give it an anti-vehicle ability. They're showing rear armor here. Needs a little bit of support. Look at the difference it makes. You can just attack from a different angle, causing a big old retreat from the Imperial Guard. Tyranids formation goes off. So does a Purgatus. Level 5 Inquisitor now. A rocket run as well. Ouch, this is going to be nasty. That was on RedRe Venge's stuff. I think everything got away. I think. The Tyranids keep on marching. They are keeping their Venom Broods alive pretty well. Is that triple Venom Brood from oLev? What is that? No, from Marky Mark. And looks like... Did RedRe Venge have Venom Brood? I thought they did. They don't seem to anymore. The Carnifex of Marky Mark went down as well. Can we see the remains of it? It was over here. I assume the Vanquisher Leman Russ got it. We have another one on the way from oLev. It's a well-poised game. VP lead for the Imperial Guard, but the Tyranids continue to be a threat here. Chimera gonna eat a bunch of Venom Brood shots. Well-timed grenade barrage, but here comes RedRe Venge, and down goes a Chimera in short order. Corrosive shots used, and the Venom Brood were there, and we had the double Zone Throat focus warp blast. So they do have a Venom Brood, RedRe Venge, just can't see it on the roster here. Neurothroat runs away. Bunch of those guys run away, but they're taking back the eastern side. What's that down? That's the Lord General down. Leman Russ dropped in from Daddy Waroth, pretty useful. Not sure what these guys are trying to do. Getting very close to lots of angry xenos. Run away, fellas. I mean, maybe you don't even get Carnifexes. They're doing a lot of damage. Look at this. That tank is taken out in seconds. So many Venom Brood and the double Zone Throats as well. Still getting damage on. There's a creeping barrage. Absolute bedlam. Pushing through the mid now is oLev with a Venom Cunning Carnifex. They took out the other Leman Russ. They're having some success here, the Tyranids. They're not giving large targets for the Vanquishers to pummel. There's lots of Venom Broods, some Zone Throats in support, and they are really cleaving through these vehicles right now. We do have this Carnifex. Needs to back away, I think. It's in melee with their Lord Commissar, which is not a good use of his time. He's going to get chased by the Vanquisher, needs some support. The Zone Throats these days can heal Carnifexes. Not sure if these guys have the upgrade. Not sure if it shows up in the unit card or not. Not all of them do. 202 to 115. Using the tunnels to get right back onto the front line. They need to deal with those if they can. So hard though, you need to kill stuff first. Inquisitor is level 5, now has the Inquisitorial mandate. The Raven Alpha level 6 is doing some serious work, especially with this thing buffing. Imperial Guard holding it. Inquisitor trying to draw fire, gets a really good Purgatus. Well played, Oceans. Has to run away. Level 3 Catachans are trying to lay down their improvised explosive, but didn't quite have time. Double cap for the Imperial Guard. Have they done enough? Might be a triple. Baneblade rolling through the mid from reacts. And that Leman Russ is there. They have so much stuff, the Tyranids. Look at this. But now the double against them. Can they get it done in time? Here comes Red Revenge. Needs to put pressure on. It's a risky move, but needs to do it. Or not. They're just backing away. I mean, you can see why React would not want to keep his Baneblade that far forward. But now they're going to get a 2-to-1. 202 to 44. There's the 1-to-1. Level 2 Stormtroopers being all sneaky-like. Wasn't there a couple of anti-armor ones? It looks like Daddy Waroth has one left. They could maybe sneak up on the Carnifex, which is where now? Need some, I was going to say repairs, but need some health. Zone threats are too far away to do their symbiosis, if they even have it. Carnifex on the way now for Red Revenge, so you'd think they'd have it, or at least get it. Oh, there we go. We saw it on that one. There's the symbiosis. Baneblade, Leman Russ is pushing. That was a Demolisher Cannon. Carnifex needs to move, I think. Here comes Red Revenge. That is nuke bait, but it's also super dangerous. Was that the Lictor Alpha leaping in? It was. Also has Scything Talons and Pheromone. None shall fall being used by the Lord Commissar. Fist of Brockus. They have repelled the attack, I think. Purgatus made a big difference there. Ocean's getting in and using it well. Oh, but then gets shot to death. Can they get the Baneblade? It's almost down. Uh-oh. Rocket run and a creeping barrage. Okay. I think they've got the Baneblade here. Oh, the Carnifex goes down. Do they have it? Lots of repairs. The Baneblade lives. Another rocket run on Red Revenge stuff. How many times have they been looped now? Ouch. Did anything actually die though? I think everything might have got away, and he's got lots of red now. Needs to maybe use some catalyst to get kills and stuff. 166 to 34. Double cap for the Imperial Guard, but they are low. Baneblade did go down. Alejandro now has a Venom Cannon, which is pretty useful. Not sure what actually got the Baneblade in the end. I thought it was safe. I guess this Venom Brood came in maybe from oLev and got it. Level 3 Leman Russ there for React has done well. Look at this though. They stop it on 3 VPs. And they're going to get the 2-to-1. And the Imperial Guard are reeling a bit here. Another Leman Russ for Reacts. A Manticore for Daddy Waroth. That might help them stop some caps and stuff. More Venom Brood for oLev, and why not? They've done really well. What level are these fellas? Level 2, level 1, level 1. Level 4 Lictor. Level 2 Venom Brood here. Alejandro's level 2. Level 8 Raven Alpha. He's kicked some ass with that Great Devourer. Building another tunnel somewhere. Is it this? Nope. Not sure where that tunnel is. I guess we'll see in a second. He built it nowhere. Okay. Or was that where it was coming up? I'm confused. 2-to-1 cap for the Tyranids. That's not confusing. Mark him up with a little flank. Make them think about their movement. We have a Tyrant Guard pulled in by oLev. Lictor Alpha is going to go down. But it's keeping the pressure up. There's none shall fall. Need to try and focus down the Commissar. You see React's backing away there to try and keep him safe. Is he going back into melee? He's going back in. Nothing can die while this is active aside from the Commissar himself. Now it's one off. They are pushing hard here. They're not happy sitting on the 2-to-1 cap, the Tyranids. Double Castrican for Oceans. This effect here is the absorb life from the Neurothrope. Hell Fury thrown in. Red Revenge, I was going to say Red Revenge needs to use a nuke. Where was it? Right here. Not sure what they were aiming for. Took down the garrison. The current guard is going to go down, but it just uses a battering ram there to keep the pressure up. Did its job. Down it goes. Another Carnifex on the way for Marky Mark. They haven't done super well so far. Here's one. Here's Red Revenge's one. It is a Venom Cannon too. Got some XP. How fast can they deal with this Leman Russ? That's crazy. They're going to get it, I think. Great Devourers, Ravana didn't quite have the health to stay there. Everything was shut down by that Basilisk flare. If that flare didn't go in, that would have been a goner, that Leman Russ. Stormtroopers getting erased by level 4 Raveners. The Zoanthropes have been awesome with those focus warp blasts. 76-3. They're holding on here. Where are you, says Oceans. Another Leman Russ for Daddy Waroth. Maybe some like heavy weapon squads with heavy bolters, you know. Because Red Revenge's army is just shooting at will. I guess they just get burrow striked, eh? That's the thinking. Like something to control all that stuff. The Purgatus can only do so much. 2-to-1 cap. Still needs repairs, says Reacts. There's a repair bunker. Are they going to push to mid? Carnifex going for the Barb Strangler here. Neurothrope is still around. Daddy Waroth is probing the eastern side, but he's going to find a lot of angry Xenos here. Doesn't even have a retinue, this guy. Down he goes. Trying desperately to get a decap. Leman Russ getting destroyed. There's Paroxysm. Percentage-based damage per second. None shall fall goes up. And he's backing away there, React, so he doesn't get targeted. 1-to-1. Did you get a decap? Well done, fellas. Very brave. Trying to get a decap here is the Inquisitor. Gonna get it, I think. She does. They're not attacking her for some reason, most of those guys. There we go. Mandate goes up. Can she use it to get the cap here? Carnifex trying to smack her in the face. Mandate gives her, I think it's 6 seconds or so of immunity, is it? Oh, she goes down. Couldn't quite get it done. Single cap for the Tyranids. They got to 1 VP. Stop abusing pathing, says Oceans. I think they're talking about moving around the Inquisitor there. I think the guard are broken. Can they steal 1 VP though? I don't know if they can. There's a triple cap. I think the Tyranids have it. For sure they have it. No way they can get 2 VPs decapped. There it is. GG indeed. You do not get closer than that. A 1-0 VP victory. It's like a football score. Or soccer, as some of you guys call it. You weirdos. Level 4 Lord General. And a level 7 Lord Commissar. Did some work for sure. And Inquisitor was also really powerful, level 7 at the end. Tried to get a decap, even if they did get a full cap there, which would have been so hard. It still would have been a 2-to-1 against them. Level 3 Hive Tyrant. Alejandro had that Venom Cannon. Level 4 Lictor down at the end, was getting revived. But it was Red Revenge, I think, that carried the team through some tough times. Those double Raveners were insane. The double Zoanthropes, those Focus Warp Blasts, I don't remember them being that powerful. It seemed like they were taking like half the hit points off of Leman Russ when they both fired. Pretty nuts. And there you have it. Big thanks to the players for fighting it out for our entertainment. And of course, Impregnable for getting me these replays. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you next time.